Hi, I'm Dan John. I've been working on this lately. I'll be talking on it on Saturday at Perform Better and a little bit on Sunday at Strength Matters. But it's this idea I've been coming up with that the sixth movement is survival skills in a sense. The hinge and the loaded carry family are how you thrive. And of course I said sex drive the other day, and that's kind of a fun thing to say. That's the hypertrophy family of lifts that we have here, the push, the pull, and the squat. In my early work, a couple of years ago, I was talking about these things called the four quadrants. I still live by it. Quadrant one now becomes even more important to me because quadrant one is where you learn these survival skills of life. In the book, Easy Strength, I talk about, basic survival, urban survival. If you get lost in the woods, what to do and what not to do, that's going to keep you alive a long time. Learning to swim is very important if the boat starts to sink. But if you start flossing as a child, your dental health is going to be better for the rest of your life. If you learn to fall and recover, break fall and roll and things like that, when you're 57 and something bad happens, you'll be able to roll and go. So these movements here, the sixth movement, now as a coach, the sixth movement, once again, that's brachiation, monkey bars. If you have to escape, you climb, or crawling on the ground. Those have great value for general conditioning, general training, no question about that. In quadrant two, you're going to see the problem with quadrant two. If you want to be an NFL football player, you need to have a big push, a big pull, a big squat, because you need a big engine. You need to be large. No one gets smaller as the game goes on. But you also have to have the big hinge, the standing long jump, the explosive snap. You also have to have massive work capacity, and you need to have all these other things. You've got to survive the games. You've got to roll, get up, get back into play. So that's quadrant two. In quadrant three, and this is the clarity I'm starting to come to on this, you have to look at what you need. Now, if you're in quadrant three, which most of us are, and you're just, you don't have a sports goal, honestly, I could see you just doing the hypertrophy family of push, pull, and squat, and mobility work that ties into that. It would cover most of your bases. If you also want to be an active athlete, then we have to talk about making sure we have a solid hinge and we keep your work capacity up here. I would assume in quadrant three that you've already got the sixth movement taken care of. Now in quadrant four, generally that's the 100 meters, I would say that the long jump in some ways, and some of the, maybe the Olympic lifts, maybe a single lifter in the power lifts, a guy who only deadlifts, person who only bench presses. You might want to live in here. And honestly, getting too much hypertrophy might drive you into a bigger weight class. That could be a problem. And honestly, no offense to my powerlifting brothers and sisters, but how you walk isn't that big of a deal at a powerlifting meet. As long as you can walk over to the platform, you've got it nailed. Long term, for your own personal health, you'll want to start thinking about this. So what I'm trying to do in the next couple of weeks is combine this concept and bring it back into the quadrants so I'll have one language when I talk to people. I'm Dan John from danjohn.net. Thanks for listening again.